students. So in this video we are going to discuss a very important topic about center of mass. What is center of mass? How to locate the center of mass, how to calculate the position of center of mass. Of course, this word is very new to all of you, center of mass, but it is very important, especially while writing the formulas of force, velocities, momentum. We are somehow relating it with center of mass. Okay, so first of all, what is center of mass? Center of mass is a point, center of mass is a point where entire mass of the body is assumed to be concentrated. We are assuming that the entire mass of the body is centered or concentrated at a particular point. That is what is known as center of mass. Of course, it is slightly different from center of gravity, but what is center of gravity we'll discuss later. So center of mass, it is a point where entire mass of the body is assumed to be concentrated, right? It is a point where entire mass of the body is assumed to be concentrated. Now, from this definition, definitely you will not get that idea about center of mass. So we will take few examples, right? Afterwards you will understand that what is actually center of mass. See, as per the definition, it is a point where we are assuming that entire mass of the body is concentrated. We are just assuming. It is not compulsory that the center of mass should be at the center of the body. First of all, suppose this is a body, a uniformly shaped body, right? Okay, each and every body is made up of particles, right? Okay, so this is a body which is made up of different particles of mass m, right? Okay, now let us say that one particle is over here, another is here, right? 4 particles. I am applying this, or let us say 5 particles over here. I am applying 1 Newton force, or you can say 5 Newton force is being applied on each of the particle. That means, see, here is the particle, I am applying a force with my finger, another particle I am applying force. So I am applying different forces. I am applying forces on different particles located on the same body, right? See, this is how I have applied the force. Let the each force be of 2 Newton. That means here there is a particle, a force of 2 Newton is applied on this particle, another force of 2 Newton is applied on this particle, a force of 2 Newton is again applied on this particle, and similarly I have applied 5 forces on different particles. Each force is of 2 Newton, and I am performing this kind of motion, right? I am taking the body this way. This is the motion which is undertaken by this forces applied on each particle. Now, if the same motion, the motion of the body is with the help of these forces which were applied on different particles located on the same body, right? But if the same force, that is, this one was of 2 Newton, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 Newton. If the 10 Newton force is applied at the center of the particle or center of the body, then also the same motion can be performed. See, the body is undergoing the same motion. That means, what does this means? You have applied, first of all, we have applied the force of 2 Newton on different particles located at different points on the body, and we have performed the motion. Now the same force is applied at the center, or you can say the same force is applied on a single particle which is lying at the center, and again the same motion is being performed, right? So it means that we can say that the mass of this particle, this particle, this particle, this particle, or we can say that the entire mass of this body is somewhere over here. This point is known as center of mass, right? So center of mass is a point where you can say that entire mass of the body is assumed to be concentrated, right? See, first I have applied a force on this particle, then on this particle, then on this particle, then on this and this. So 5 different forces were applied on the different particles of the same body, right? And then I have applied a force at or on one particle, and the same motion is done. The same motion goes on. That means we can say that yes, of course, the mass of the whole body, which is made up of different particles, must be lying somewhere over here, that is near the center or at the center. This is what is known as center of mass. Center of mass is also essential while writing the formulas, that if you are writing F is equals to ma, or you are writing velocity of the body is 4 meter per second, or you are saying that velocity of the body is anything, or displacement of the body is 3 meter, right? So displacement of the body, but like suppose, let me give you one more example. Suppose say a body is fixed from this side, body is fixed over here, right? This is the end which I have fixed. Now the body moves this way, body moves this way. So this particle will have a velocity of say 5 meter per second. So this point is moving with 5 meter per second, but this particle is fixed, so it will not have any velocity. Its velocity will be 0. This will have some another velocity, this will have some another velocity. Then when you are writing that velocity of body is say 3 or velocity of body is say 4, that means you are writing the velocity of center of mass, because the particle located here is having a velocity of 5, the particle located here, say it is having a velocity of 3, the particle here will not have any velocity. So what to write? What will be the velocity of the body? How can we remove the velocity of the body? Or whenever we are writing that the velocity of body is this, what does it mean? It means that you are writing the velocity of center of mass. You are not writing the velocity of individual particle, right? Let this particle have a velocity of 5. Let this particle or this portion have the velocity 3. But if I am writing that the velocity of body is 4 meter per second, that means the center of mass is moving with 4 meter per second. Then the velocity of the body will be considered as 4. Clear? So these are some of the applications of center of mass, right? This is where we are using center of mass. So whenever you are writing that the velocity of body is this, or the external force acting on the body is this, that means we are talking about the force which is being acted from the center of mass of the body. Clear? One more thing, it is not necessary that the center of mass is always located at the center. Clear? Center of mass is located at the center. Secondly, this is not the real point which you are finding or which you will be finding in any of the body, right? That means if you are cutting the body or destroying the body, you will never find a real point, right? We are just assuming, okay, the entire mass of the body is located at this point. Clear? That is what is center of mass. Of course, for uniform shaped body, rectangle, triangle, we can say, or a rod of uniform shape, we can say that yes, center of mass will be at center. Even for our human body, the center of mass will be near our stomach, because whenever you are applying a force near the stomach to just raise the person, he will stay in equilibrium. Have you noticed this, right? That means if this is a person, right, and near the stomach, if I am applying a force, he will remain in equilibrium. What if I am applying a force by on his head, or like this, the body will go this way. If I am applying force by holding his legs up, he will go down. Clear? This is because the entire mass of the body, human body, lies near the stomach. Clear? Okay, you must have also gone through this dumbbells, right? So if you are applying force at the center, they will remain in equilibrium, they will go this way. But if you are holding any one of one of the end, and then you are applying force, it will go this way. This all proves that there is a center of mass where we are assuming that entire mass is concentrated at that particular point. Clear? Okay. Center of mass depends on the shape of the body, depends on the distribution of mass, right? See, we come across many bodies which are uniform and which are non-uniform as well. So for uniform body, we can say that yes, center of mass lies at the geometric center. But for non-uniform body, we cannot say that center of mass will lie at the center, because, right, that means if for this kind of shape, still we can say that yes, center of mass is somewhere here, because this is almost uniformly shaped, right? But for this shape, we cannot say that center of mass is over here. It is not necessary, it is not compulsory. It might be this way, might be somewhere else. So we are going to locate the center of mass of different types of bodies. First we will discuss about uniformly shaped body, how to locate the position of center of mass, right? Mathematically, how to calculate that here's the center of mass is at this distance. For uniformly shaped body we will calculate, for non-uniformly shaped body we will calculate. Clear? Okay. So these points are clear, that center of mass is a point where entire mass of the body is concentrated, right? It's not compulsory that center of mass will always be at the center. And secondly, it is not a real point, might be real, might be imaginary. Clear? Okay, center of mass depends on mass distribution and also the shape of the body, right? For non-uniform shaped body, the mass distribution is different. Like suppose here there are say 4 particles, but the same body will have 7 to 8 particles over here. So the mass distribution inside the body is not even, it is uneven. So center of mass depends, the position of center of mass depends on the distribution of mass also. Clear? Okay, so now we'll find how to locate the position of center of mass, right? Okay, see. Center of gravity means where weight of the body is concentrated, that is known as center of gravity. But for uniformly shaped body, you can say center of mass and center of gravity are equal, but not always. Okay. Now, let us say there are particles of which a body is made in xy coordinate. So there is a particle m1 of mass m1. Let r1 be the position vector, m2. R2 be the position vector of that mass, m3 particle, let R3 be the position vector of this mass. Clear? This is known as a discrete distribution of mass. This is known as a discrete distribution. Discrete means not continuous. Mass is not continuously distributed. There is one particle m1 which is having a position vector r1. There is another particle m2 having a position vector r2. M3 particle having a position vector r3. Right, these particles lie along xy plane or in an xy plane. So we have to locate the position of center of mass of these 3 particles. That means suppose these are in 2 dimensions. What are we going to do is, see, suppose one particle is over here, m1, another particle is over here, m2, or just let us take an example of dumbbell. Chalo. This is a dumbbell, this mass m, this mass m, this is at a distance x1 and this is at a distance x2 from the origin, right? We will definitely take a reference point as origin to find the position of center of mass. Clear? Okay, so this is a dumbbell, both will have a mass m, one is at a distance x1 from the origin, another is at a distance x2. Somewhere here the center of mass of this dumbbell lies. So this is known as position of center of mass. This is what we are going to find here. The only difference is this is in 1 dimension along x, this is along 2 dimension. Clear? So xcm represents the position of center of mass somewhere from origin, right? Okay, so Is it clear? Now, how to find the position of center of mass? Suppose let the position of center of mass be somewhere here, or we'll do one thing. Okay, let us take over here RCM, position of center of mass of these three particles, right? So RCM can be found out with this formula: M1 R1 plus M2 R2 plus M3 R3 upon, of course we can derive this formula by taking moment, but moment is what we are going to discuss in the upcoming topic. So that is why I have just written this formula: RCM, that is position of center of mass from origin, is equals to M1 R1 plus M2 R2 plus M3 R3 upon M1 plus M2 plus M3. If there were 4 particles, then it will be M4 R4 plus M4. 5 particles, then plus M5 R5 plus M5, right? So in general, RCM, that is position of center of mass, will be addition 1 to N Mi Ri upon sigma 1 to N M of I. This is how we can find the position of center of mass of any number of particles. But mass distribution is discrete, that is, it is not continuous. Clear? See, this is sigma, starts from 1 to N Mi Ri upon sigma 1 to N Mi. This means sigma means addition. Put I equals to 1, it will be M1 R1, then sigma, so plus, then put I equals to 2, it will be M2 R2, then again sigma, put 3 M3 R3, will get this formula. Clear? This is how we will be locating the position of center of mass for discrete distribution, not for continuous mass distribution. Then how to locate the position of center of mass for continuous mass distribution, what is continuous mass distribution, and how to find the center of mass? This is what we are going to see afterwards. First we will understand the position of center of mass for discrete mass distribution. Clear? Okay. Now if the body lies along x, this is clear? Okay. If the body or if the particles are along x axis, that means this way: M1 x1, this is x, this is y origin, M2 M3 M4, right? M2 M3 M4, this is say x2 x3 x4, and we are supposed to find the position of center of mass of all these 4 particles. We are using the same formula RCM, but RCM was the position vector, right? Here in that case particles were in xy plane, here they are all in same plane, so we will write it as in along one direction. So M1 x1, M2 x2, M3 x3 plus M4 x4 upon M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4. Clear? If they were located along y, then the formula will be y of Cm equals to M1 y1, M2 y2, M3 y3. Clear? Okay. See, based on these formulas, let us solve few questions. Right? See. Clear? Okay. Now, suppose we'll start with simple question. So M1 is 2 kilogram, M2 is also say 2 kilogram, right? This is origin, this is x, this is y. Let us say that this is as it is at 2 meter. We can take this as say anything 4 meter. Okay. So there are 2 particles, each of mass 2 kilogram, lying along x-axis. One is at a distance 2 meter, another is at a distance 4 meter. Okay, so find the position of center of mass. XCM equals to M1 x1 M2 x2 upon M1 plus M2, right? Okay. But both m1 and m2 are equal in our case, so we can say m1 m2 equals to m, right? Okay, first we'll substitute the values. 2 into 2 plus 2 into 2 upon 2 plus 2, 4. So it is clear? Oh, sorry, 2 into 4, sorry. x2 is 4. So it is 4 plus 8 by 4. So this is 12 by 4. This is 3 meter. So position of center of mass is at 3 meter. Okay, fine. The same can be written as xcm equals to, since m1 m2 equals to m, we can write this as mx1 plus mx2 upon 2m. M can be taken common, x1 plus x2 upon 2m, right? M gets cancelled, so it is x1 plus x2 by 2. This means that x1 plus x2, so that is 2 plus 4, 6 by 2, 3. It means that if both the particles are having same mass, then center of mass will lie at their midpoint. This is what I was trying to explain. Right? If both the particles are having same mass, then center of mass will lie at their midpoint. Suppose, in the same example, suppose, let us make this as 4 kilogram. Let us make this as 4 kilogram. Right? Okay. Now, we'll use the same formula, but the values are changed. 2 into 2 plus 4 into 4 upon 2 plus 4, 6. So it is 4 plus 16 by 6. Clear? Okay. So it is 20 by 6. So this will be 3.3 something. 3.3 means this was the center midpoint, right, which is 3. So 3.3 means something towards right. So center of mass has been shifted towards heavier mass. See, center of mass has been shifted towards heavier mass, right? So when this point should be noted that when two bodies are having same mass, of course the center of mass will lie at their center. But if two bodies are of different masses, then the center of mass will shift towards heavier mass. Clear? Clear? This was the example based on one dimension. One dimension. Let us solve another example based on the same concept. That is, okay, if two particles are now we are locating the center of mass along xy. Let us say one particle is over here, one particle is here, and one particle is here. Right? Three particles, they are located on the edge of or vertices of equilateral triangle. Let us say the length is 0.5 meter. You can take any value, there is no problem. Right? M1, say let us take this as 1 kilogram. M2, let us take this as 2 kilogram. M3, say 3 kilogram. So here is an equilateral triangle. Now the particles are located along xy. There are three particles, one of 1 kilogram, another of 2, and third one is of 3 kilogram. Let the length be, means the length of this side be 0.5 meter. Since it is equilateral triangle, so of course makes an angle 60 degree. Now we have to locate the position of center of mass. That means we have to find RCM. We have to find RCM. Okay. So let us first of all locate the position of individual mass. That is, say M1. M1, which is of 1 kilogram. It is at origin. So R1 will be 0, 0. There is no x, there is no y coordinate. M2, 2 kilogram. R2 will be, the mass M2 lies along x-axis. So its y coordinate will be 0 and it will lie at a distance of 0.5. So it is 0.5, 0. Now M3, 3 kilogram. The position of M3 is now. Since R1, R2 represents the position vector, it is a vector quantity. So if this is R3, 0.5, then the x coordinate will be 0.5 cos 60 0.5 sine 60. This is what we had already discussed in vector, that if this is a vector r, this is angle 60 or theta, then this will be r cos 60, r sin 60. So the x coordinate of M3 will be 0.5 cos 60 and y coordinate will be 0.5 sin 60. Clear? Because R3 represents, or R1, R2, R3 represents a position vector. So we can write R3 as 0.5 cos 60, 0.5 sin 60. Clear? Okay. So this is 0.5 by 2, 0.5 root 3 by 2. Fine. So we are now having M1, M2, M3, R1, R2, R3. Just substitute in the formula RCM, which is equals to M1 R1, M2 R2, M3 R3 upon M1 plus M2 plus M3. Clear? 1 into 0, 0, 2 into 0.5, 0, 3 into 0.5 by 2, 0.5 root 3 by 2, right? Then it is very easy to solve this. So this is how we will look at the positions of center of mass. Okay, still we will solve few questions based on the same formula, and then we will go for another concept. Okay, so the same type of questions now in the next video. First I will give you, you will try by yourself and then I will solve. Okay.